Anyway, Democratic strategist Robin Biro with us right now. The Hill's Judy Kurtz from the Independent Women's Forum. Patrice Lee on WUCA. Patrice Lee, end with you, begin with you. I think this is a legitimate issue. I think it's an issue that cuts across party lines. I just don't think Jeff Bezos is being treated well. You don't like the guy and the president is free, or Jeff Sessions, I apologize. I'm focused on these other guys. I don't think he's being treated well. If you don't like him and you're free, you appoint him. You can get rid of him. But dragging him out in this public forum, not good. What do you think?
I mean, it's pretty tough to be Jeff Sessions right now, but he has a lot of support on Capitol Hill, as we know. What's interesting, though, is that he doesn't have a lot of support among the regular Americans. I mean, only 37% of Americans, like the job that he's doing and like him in office.
Like Sessions or the president? Really?
Jeff Sessions.
Well, that's roughly the same number for the president.
So I guess they're both in the same boat together. Okay. But this becomes kind of a distraction to what the administration is trying to accomplish, which I think a lot of Americans want to see happen.
Okay. Judy, my only point was it's a distraction that's self-made. Now, I'm not saying you run across cabinet officials who disappoint. Get rid of them or meet them quietly and say, all right, you're gone. But this is something unlike I've ever seen.
Well, you're right, Neil. It's certainly unprecedented for sure to be attacking a cabinet official this way. But you mentioned that some viewers think this is a, manipulation by President Trump, and he's certainly been known to steer the conversation.
Yeah, that it's a clever strategy to get us stop talking about Donald Trump Jr.
Right,
well, that's a pretty big hurdle there.
Neil, that's not what this is. President Trump is genuinely mad. He blames Jeff Sessions for a lot of the Russia investigation, but President Trump is also in a bit of a pickle. It might make a good plot line for The Apprentice, but he doesn't want to be known as the guy who's saying you're fired to a bunch of law enforcement officials, especially after firing Comey.
All right, but if he were to force him out, Robin, and the guy just quits, and maybe Jeff Sessions will give an inkling to his thinking when he talks to Tucker Carlson, but I get the feeling that he's humiliated, and say what you will, he was a loyal friend of the president, one of his earliest. I think he made an instrumental difference with his early backing in February of 2016. So he deserves better. That's where I'm coming from. This isn't a party line here. It's just I think he deserves better. What about you?
Absolutely. He deserves much more than this. As you said, he was an early supporter, and he indicated today that he's digging his heels in. He's not quitting. But I want to say, how appropriate is it today that the White House just had this ceremony honoring first responders, because I really do think that this presidency right now could use some CPR. And Donald Trump is his own worst enemy right now. If he does fire Jeff Sessions, it's going to be really bad optics for his presidency.
Well, because the question becomes in that scenario how you have an interim replacement, whether you can even do a recess appointment when the way they're working right now, it's not technically, the Senate's not in recess. Leaving that aside, Patrice, I'm just wondering about the collateral damage. I know many are saying by talking about this, maybe we're talking less about Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner, but we're also talking less about how the president was able to score victory on this procedural vote. We're getting little mention, not on this show, but we're getting little mention of the market's continued run-up and the wealth for Americans, the job thing, obviously Foxconn committing to thousands of workers in Wisconsin. That's what also this obsession is doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you consider that the air has been sucked out of the room and media attention is diverted to so many different directions, that Americans are thinking, what's going on with this administration? I also want to add to your list, Neil, if I can, the government overreach that has been scaled back because of the regulatory reform. And we're expecting within the next month or so a soup-to-nuts report from every federal agency on all the waste and fraud and abuse that they're going to
That's right. I think these are all encouraging developments, Robin. I'm looking at them, and I know you don't like to say that President Trump has done any good, but he's done a lot of good. But his own fixation on this stuff is hurting the stuff he's doing good.
But Neil, I think I should add, he's venting his frustrations over and over again. Sorry to interrupt you there, Robin. But he's venting his frustrations. He talks to the New York Times. He talks to the Wall Street Journal. He talks in a press conference on camera about his how upset he is with Jeff Sessions.
So, Robin, what do you make of that?
He's wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
Americans love drama. That's part of what got him elected to office to begin with.
We do not
He's giving Americans
drama.
what they want.
All right, thank you.
He's giving them what they want.
All right, guys, thank you all very, very much.